Howdy guys, I'm Pop.
And I'm Tot.
And we are
Pop and Tot Games.
Today we're going to be reviewing
Lost Ruins of Arnak, which is back there.
Lost Ruins of Arnak is a medium weight strategy game for 1 to 4 players. In Lost Ruins of Arnak, you will be explorers that'll be exploring various ruins and sites to basically score the most points. Each site you visit will have a guardian that you must overcome. And those guardians will be worth 5 points. And there'll be various other actions that will be scoring you points throughout the game, like researching. Your research track over here, where you have a magnifying glass, you're studying things, and then a journal where you're journaling your experiences, along with cards, because it's a deck building game where you'll be purchasing various item cards throughout the game and artifact cards throughout the game that also have a point value on them. For instance, this card here has a point value at 2. And so throughout the game, you'll be buying cards to strengthen your deck, because it's a deck building game. You'll be drawing 5 cards on your turn, and basically throughout the game, increasing the strength of your deck so you can do more things. In addition, you have these workers that will be going out to various sites and exploring and trying to overcome guardians. So that is a high level. It's a worker placement deck building game. That is our overview of the game. Do you have anything to add on that, Isaiah?
No, other than it's a very hefty game because it is medium weight. I mean, it's very heavy. We all know that.
Yeah. So it's not a game that people that have never played board games would be interested in, but it's definitely for people that have played games and they're comfortable with lots of things going on and lots of decisions. So that is our overview of Lost Ruins. Now we're going to get into the artwork and components. I'm going to have Isaiah start the conversation there.
So, for the components, they have these really nice tablets, like old tablets, not the tablets like you play games on and stuff. The non-electronic tablets. These tablets are so cool because they
Stone tablets.
Yeah, they have cracks in them, and they even have words. I don't think those are real.
Hieroglyphics.
Yeah, I don't think those are real. Different language or anything. But then they have arrowheads, which also come with the game. These are nice arrowheads, and they're pointy actually. And then we have these gems, and they're the most valuable resource. So these are the 3 resources that you can upgrade. These 2 you cannot upgrade with, which some of these guys can do, which are also a pretty cool component because this is a very cool thing on the game. You can use these and you can get them by
Your assistants.
Yeah, assistance by various ways. These are upgraded from this. And the coin and the compasses are upgraded from Etsy.
Yeah, they're normally cardboard components, these 2. But these actually are the default components come with the game. But these have been upgraded to components from Etsy for this game.
And then these miniatures are upgraded from Etsy. You start with those, which are back there. But because it's worker placement, they're really cool. And it makes the game more immersive. Because, feels like you're actually have workers.
Yeah, and here's what comes in the game, like Isaiah was mentioning here. These are the default meeples that come with it, but they're still very nice. And then the other thing on the components are these books, these journals, and magnifying glasses. These are all Etsy components as well. But they come with nice components for this as well. A lot of them are cardboard components in this game, but those have also been upgraded. Everything else is pretty much standard. There's nothing really else different that you would not find in the base game. This setup is for 2 players. Also includes the expansion called Expedition Leaders. So we have some components from that and some new cards that are included in that. And that basically gives every player a unique explorer that has a special ability. So we have that expansion kind of mixed in, but it seamlessly integrates with the base game. So it's very easy to throw that one in. So yeah, so artwork and components, very beautiful artwork, beautiful components, even in the base game, even the cardboard components look really nice. And then it has all these that are not cardboard. So, and then these tiles for the various guardians are very thick tiles, very good quality. So, excellent components. So the next thing we're going to talk about is the fun factor. How fun is this game to play? What are your thoughts on that, Isaiah?
It's a very fun game. As I say, the components are more immersive, which makes it even more fun if you upgrade the components. And, like, it feels like you really are exploring because you have to fight these guardians, which is a funny name because they're actually monsters. They're just guardians of the treasure, but it's kind of funny name.
Well, some of them actually aren't. Like this one right here looks like a stone snake.
Yeah.
So some of them, they aren't actually real monsters.
And then you get a lot of fun. Like, this is really fun. This makes it fun because you have to, like, travel, and you need specific cards. And, like, these are all starting cards. This is boat, so you can go in that area, and boats can go in all boots, which it's funny because, like, boots is how you get to places. You can only walk, right? But it makes sense that boats, you can go, like, on any boots because boots are for walking. Same thing with the jeeps.
Mm-hmm.
Basically like jeeps. And then
you always have your boots on.
And then the fear cards make it interesting because, well, it makes it fun because these, you get -1 point at the end of the game. And, I mean, you're not going to be fearless exploring, so it makes it even more that immersive touch. And then these tents make it fun because if you want to pass, flip it over to the nighttime side, and it is nighttime, daytime, and then it is the campfire on the nighttime, and then light in the tents. And it also is very good for how fun it is for, like, how many player counts, because it opens these up with the more players, and that track makes it fun because you can move the books up, and you can get extra points, and then the rod makes it fun because it removes
staff.
Yeah. It removes some of the stuff. Those are my thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
What about your thoughts?
Yeah, it's really fun. I think what gets this game for me, like, a lot of fun, it's in my top 3 favorite games, is the theme really comes out, like Isaiah mentioned. You really feel like you're explorers. You're getting items to help you in your journey to explore various things. You're journaling, you're researching, you're exploring new sites. Like, you don't even know what guardian's going to pop out. When you go to a site, you pay the resources, and then you just randomly flip over one of these tiles with a different benefit that you gain when you go there. And then what's cool is this board state is changing throughout the game. So this will be a permanent spot you can visit once you go there. You can go there and just keep getting these resources there anytime you want for the rest of the game. So at the beginning, you just have these spots at the bottom, these camp spots. But then as the game goes on, this whole board is going to be opening up. So I love the feeling of exploration, where you don't know what's behind that door. You don't know what's in that spot. And throughout the game, you're opening up the board, and more options present themselves to you as the game goes on. So for me, it's like huge for fun factor because of how immersive the theme is. So, yeah. So that's our fun factor. Now we're going to get into replayability. How frequently do you think this game would be fun to play? Do you get tired of it after a few plays, or is it something you can just play over and over again? So I'll kick it off to Isaiah on that. Give us your thoughts.
It is definitely replayable. I have played it one time, but just from the one time, it makes it very replayable. The only downside with the replayability is the setup. As you can see, I mean, it looks like it is a long setup, like 10-minute setup. But it is very replayable because you do not know what is going to come out for any of those. And you do not know what these are going to be face up. And you do not know what cards are going to come out. Because there's a lot of cards, as you can see. These are the ones you pay compasses for. And those are the ones that are the items. Mm-hmm. And then the cool thing is, like these, some of the boards make you pay this. Like on the other side, there's two sides. You can flip this board over.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, that is the expansion thing, which makes it even more replayable.
Yeah. So this is an overlay. It goes on top of the main board. And this comes with the expansion, and it's double-sided. And so basically with the expansion and the base game, you have 4 different options for the research track, which is really cool. And then you have 2 boards. I mean, that are different, on both sides. So it's pretty cool. But you have 4 different research track options. So yeah. And then I would say also with 2 players, you're definitely not going to see all the cards. You're not going to see all the guardians. With 4 players, you're going to see a lot more of the cards and a lot more of the guardians, but with 2 players, you're not, because you're not going to cycle through it as much. But because of the staff lets you cycle through cards faster. It clears out cards up here on this row, which helps. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of replayability with the cards, with the sites. Also, just the variability of the setup, because this is all randomized, you might see some of the same sites from game to game, maybe, and you might see some of the same guardians from game to game, maybe, but they'll be in different spots. They're never going to be in the same spot. But with all these tiles you have, there's just so much replayability there. And then, like I said, the multiple boards. There is a second expansion for this game that adds another board to this game and research tracks, and so there's more content for this even than what we have here. So replayability is very high for this game. So yeah, so that's a replayability. The final thing we're going to talk about is just overall our final thoughts on the game and our score. So what are your thoughts on this game and your final score?
I think it's a very fun game. I will definitely have it pretty high on my list. And it is really, really immersive, as I have said multiple times, which makes it very fun. Some games are not as immersive, but it's the theme that really matters. Some of the games you can see on the shelf aren't as immersive, but the exploring theme with the worker placement and the cards and the variety, every time you're going to go exploring, you're not going to see the same thing. And you're not going to have the same items all the time. You're not going to have the same resources. So it makes it very fun. The fear cards add a nice touch. The game is very, very well made, and the designer has great artwork, and the base components are good. These are amazing components.
Yeah, totally.
And even the base miniatures are kind of nice, because not all games even have wood miniatures. Sometimes they're flat cardboard.
That's true.
Because I'd rather have wood miniatures than flat cardboard that cannot stand up.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Now, those are my thoughts.
So what would be your final score?
Ooh.
If you had to give it a number between 1 and 10.
9.5.
Wow, 9.5. Well, I have similar thoughts to Isaiah. This is my, I think, number 3 favorite game or number 2 favorite game. It moves around, but it's in I think my top 3 at all times, because it just has so much to offer. If you really enjoy medium weight, little thinky, lots of options, lots of ways to score points kind of game, this is highly recommended. I actually give this a 9.5 as well. Because it's, I would say, almost a perfect game at first. And if you buy an expansion, for me, it bumps it up to a 10. So I would give it a 9.5 for the base game and a 10 if you add the Expedition Leaders expansion, because it makes it a complete game where every player has unique powers and abilities that they can do no one else can do. And to me, that makes it a perfect game at that point. 10 out of 10. So we're pretty even on our scores. And this is by Sheck Games Edition, CGE. It's also designed by a couple, husband and wife. So that's pretty cool. I don't know of any other games, actually, that have been designed by a husband and wife. I'm sure there are some, but not very many. So I think that's really cool. But yeah, if you like any of the things we talked about with this game, I highly recommend you pick this up. If you want to just give it a try before you buy, a good resource is called Board Game Arena. You can go play this game on Board Game Arena, sign up for a free account there, and try it out. And if you like it on Board Game Arena, you're going to like the physical version even more. So that has been our review of Lost Ruins of Arnak. Leave a comment in the chat, and we look forward to seeing you guys on the next video.
Bye.
Bye!